So welcome back to Lovely Being You. Excuse me. So, when you're investing in yourself, sometimes people don't exactly see it as an investment. God might have a direct link, and his link is either showing you or telling you in different ways. The communication will come to you in regards to what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And the goal is to accomplish whatever it is that you're setting forth. Whether he say he wants you to be a teacher, whether he says he wants you to be an actor, whether he says he wants you to be a garbage man, whatever your potential is, you're going to find it, okay? So when I first started out, again, 2020 was the year when I decided I was going to, or should I say when God was directing me to come or use my platforms, because I had already had these channels, but I wasn't using them. I was kind of not wanting to be in front of the camera. Let's just be honest, I didn't want to be in front of the camera. But as time progressed, it was like a push. You can do this. I had people, my friends, who were encouraging me, certain family members who were saying, you always saying you're doing it, but you're not doing it or whatever, And then I had a guy who I was dating at one point who was saying, if it ain't paying you the money now, then why would you even invest your time? And with the talking that he did, it showed me that we were not equally matched. And it showed me that it was time to move forward. Sometimes you're going to find people who are not going to be encouraging. Even girlfriends, people who you thought were your friends. They don't even watch your channel, don't have anything to say about it. But when you decide to move away from it, that's when they decide they want to watch your channel. Just basically to see what you're doing, to keep up with what it is that you're doing. Sort of like keeping up with the Joneses. Either way, people are going to be people. That's who they are, and these are the things that they might do. But at the same time, your message, God is pushing you forward to do something. And part of you loving yourself is making that necessary investment. Sure, today it might not seem like a big deal. Maybe tomorrow. But if you feel something that you really need to talk about, let's say there's a topic that maybe you feel the world needs to hear. You decide you want to say something. And then of course there was also, I have a stepmother, aunt, father figure, and a sister who don't want me to say anything about things that have been stolen, property, money, going in and acting as though they're me with a fake ID. Nobody wants that to come out. But the reality of it all is that these things are happening, and they're happening in real time, specifically to show the world that people are going to do the things that they do, and that the laws have got to be changed. They've got to be strengthened, because somehow there was a loophole and people got away with so much. It's important that when you love yourself, that you invest in yourself in one way or another. Perhaps today you can't invest in yourself in one way because you don't have the finances. Perhaps you're investing in yourself by just giving yourself a nice foot soak, a nice pedicure. Whatever it is, you have to know what it is that you need in order for you to make the necessary investments. We're all going to invest in ourselves, especially when we love ourselves, Also, my Facebook channel, I thought I closed it, but someone has reopened it, and they've been utilizing my Facebook. I say my Facebook channel has been closed, and then someone specifically wrote a comment in my comments, should the authorities like to look at it, stating, yes, I'm glad to know that you closed it, when it wasn't closed apparently because someone reopened it. Either way, again, when you're investing in yourself, you're going to make the necessary changes within your power, because We all have our own things. Let's say you write that list of things that you would like to accomplish. And you don't necessarily get to it today, but you get to it tomorrow. Even if you take the shorter steps, the smaller steps to get it done, you are still trying to make that commitment. So let us keep that in mind, because no matter family, friends, whomever can work against you, but when God is standing behind you, He's going to help push you forward to make sure that you accomplish those things, regardless of all the people that they might try to hire to work against you to do the dark arts. It's just amazing to me that people are still working this hard when God will give you a warning. And that warning will be to stay away from certain individuals or to leave certain individuals alone. After so many warnings, then they reap the benefits. And people will say, well, what happened to so-and-so? What happened to that person? And then you say, I wonder what happened to him. But in the end, you will realize that that was God's way of shutting them down, because they were warned beforehand to leave people alone. It's important that we realize that enough is enough. And when we say enough is enough, we're saying enough of the dark arts in the background, enough of the trying to hurt people. Because when you hurt other people, you have to look at what's going to happen in return. I just pray that people wake up, because if you love yourself, you would not do the horrible things that some people do to the innocent. And it's important that we realize that, because in this modern day, when you love yourself, you're not going to try to hurt anyone, because you realize that it has to come back in one way or another. So thank you so much for joining us. Lovely being you.